Hey everybody, Bryce coming from the Fit for Family kitchen today. Got the kids with me. Doing up a little bit of deer jerky. Got a recipe that I want to try out from gentleman does Home in the Sticks. It's Dr. Pepper jerky. So what I'm going to do is instead of doing beef though, I'm going to do mine up with some deer meat that I got from the neighbors. So just going to kind of give you an idea real quick of what the marinade is. First off, I got 2 cups of Dr. Pepper, straight Dr. Pepper. I have 2, actually I did 3 jalapeños fresh from the garden because mine are a little small, so I had to go ahead and work that up. All right, it calls for 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. So there's 1. I gotta get some more salt. So mine's gonna call for 1 tablespoon of kosher salt and 1 tablespoon of sea salt because I'm out of kosher salt. Looks like I'm now out of sea salt too. Alright, also calls for 1 teaspoon of pepper. So here we go. This is a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Teaspoon, smaller one. Or actually called 2 of those, not just 1. So let's go 2. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm out of garlic powder, so I'm using garlic salt. So I hope that's okay. We'll find out. Also calls for 1 teaspoon of onion powder, but once again, out of onion powder, so I'm just going to use straight minced onions. Onion's onion, right? All right. Then it also calls for 1 tablespoon of good old Worcestershire sauce. And I'm just going to put that straight over here in with the Dr. Pepper. I love you too, buddy. What are you eating? Huh? You got goldfish? Yeah. Little boy goes and gets goldfish on his own. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix all this stuff in here. In with the Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna give that a good stir. What is that? Looks like a goldfish. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and then I'm going to let it reduce until we go from 2 cups of Dr. Pepper and mixture down to 1 cup of Dr. Pepper and mixture. Alright, I'm going to pause y'all. I'm going to get set up with the deer meat and then show you how I cut that. Alright, so I got part of my deer meat here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some little strips, and then we'll be able to turn this into, put this in with the marinade and dehydrate it and make some jerky. So what I already did is I went ahead and I cut the fat cap off the top, which still had some remnants of some fur and all that on it, and don't want that in our jerky. So here we go. So it's a little thick there. I can do some better strips. These are a little small, so I might have to come this way a little bit. There we go, that's a little better. Yes, son. There. That's a lot better. You only want these about 1/8 of an inch, so as thin as you can make them is the better. Water. Thank you. You bringing me my water?
Here.
Thank you.
You want that?
All right. Always helpful to get the little man involved. All right. So I'm going to continue to cut this. I also got a full another half of this over in the sink. So I'm going to get this cut up and then we'll be back with you. Still reducing the Dr. Pepper mixture for the marinade, and we'll let you know how the rest of this goes. All right, everybody, so got all my deer meat cut up that I'm going to use for this, and got it in a 1 gallon bag so that way I can put the marinade in there once it's done reducing and then also cooling off. I don't want to start any type of cooking process on the jerky until after the marinade's soaked in and everything else. So once I get the marinade ready, I'll come back and show you what it looks like and we'll go from there. All right. And before I get too far here, see this last little bit of deer meat I got here? This is the stuff that had the skin and the fur and all that on it. I don't believe in wasting anything. I got 2 large dogs and 1 puppy that's going to be a large dog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a quick little cook off, just to kind of, cook any of the bad stuff off it, not give them a full-on taste of blood and everything else. I don't need them hunting in the backyard, but give them a nice little treat today. All right, I'll be back with you. All right, everybody, I'm gotten down to right about a cup, maybe just a little bit above, but I think that's because I still got the jalapeños in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cool off. As you can see, I got steam just coming right up in my face, which means it came fresh off the oven. Want all that gone away and everything else. So I think to speed this process up a little bit so I can start getting this deer jerky marinating, and that way I can put it on the dehydrator tonight, because you got to let it marinate for at least 12 hours. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the fridge. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to go 12 hours because it's 8:30 in the morning here and put this on about 9 o'clock tonight, or if I might just get up a little bit earlier in the morning tomorrow and put it on the dehydrator in the morning, let it roll through the day. That way it gives it a little bit longer to sit in the juices and stuff. But we'll be back with you. Sorry for the screaming in the background. All right, everybody, I'm back. So the mixture has cooled down. Been about an hour or so. Once again, I do recommend using the fridge. Process goes a whole lot quicker. I got a better gallon bag, so I was noticing I was getting some leakage from the other one. So I'm gonna transfer my deer meat over. This other one's gonna get thrown away. And yes, you still hear the kids in the background. They're still here. Now I'm gonna take the mixture that has cooled down. Say hi. Hi. All right. Pour the mixture in. All right. I'm gonna get the air out as much as possible. All right. I like to work it in there. Go. All my kids seem to want to get in the videos. First it's the oldest, now it's the middle child, and then the little one, well, he was earlier today. So I'm going to massage that in there, nice and good.
Gabriel, out.
What I'm going to do real quick is rinse out what did leach into there. Excuse me, buddy. All right, so got this here. Gonna go 12 to 18 hours. It's already almost 11 o'clock today, so I'm gonna let that go overnight. Be back with you in the morning and show you how we dehydrate it. Hey, welcome back, everybody. All right, well, it's like 4:30 in the morning, and we've now let our jerky marinade set overnight, and we're gonna get everything situated and get this thing going. So first thing is we're going to start pulling all this out, laying it down. And you want to pat it dry. You know, get some of this marinade off here. So everything's already kind of soaked into the meat. That's the good part about this. Alright, got a dehydrator here. Show you what I got going. Just lay everything on here. Alright, now I'm going to go through everything that I got here, get it all situated, and I'll be right back with you. And once I'm done, show you how we finish this thing out. Alright everybody, so got all jerky set up on the trays. Biggest thing is make sure that you got spacing, that way you can get good air circulation. Now my dehydrator, I got the Open Country Adventure Campware Food Dehydrator Jerky Maker. Good thing about it is you turn this thing on and it pretty much kind of one of those set it and let it go type of things. So for this it says meats, fish, and jerky. You want to go at 160 degrees, which is the top setting. So I got it turned all the way up to 160. Plug it in, let it roll. I got to go to work today, so I'm gonna have my wife keeping an eye on this, checking it out through the day. Biggest thing, my recommendation is, you know, every couple hours or so, you want to rotate the trays so that way you get better air circulation. And take a paper towel and just kind of pat the jerky, get some of the grease off it and everything else when you're doing it in a dehydrator. That way it ends up going a whole lot smoother and everything else. So when I get back later today, hopefully should have some finished jerky and let you all see how it looks, and we'll be good to go. So I'll see y'all later. Hey everybody, Bryce back with you. So I didn't get a chance to pull these off the dehydrator. My wife called me earlier today. It took about 4 hours and she said they were done. So give it a little try here. It's kind of how you want it. You want the pliability to it, everything else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bona fide taste tester in here. Aiden, he's running.
Hey.
All right.
Which one's this?
This is the Dr. Pepper one. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Nice little kick to it.
Oh,
Nice, chewy.
pretty good. I think I'm going to have to keep this recipe.
Yeah.
So Dan from Home in the Sticks, I just want to say thank you for the recipe. Recommend doing it with some deer. I think you'll like it. All right, everybody. From the Fit for Family Kitchen and Fit for Family Garden, this is what we got. It's all the jerky that we have out of this. So nice little
Pretty
haul.
good.
I'm going to have to share it with a few people, so might have to cook up some more. But this is definitely one to keep. See y'all later.